Hello, Amanda. Uh, Wait for others to show up. uh, how have you been? Hello, Anki Kyle. Slow, Slowly they're coming in. I'm going to start off. Hey, girly girl. That we should give thoughts and prayers to Mama Roof and Hound. Hey, Jenny, how you doing? Heard. Hold on. Now, hey, Daily Dan. How's everybody tonight? Tonight, all the drama will be left at the door. We all should move on. I got my store up. There's some things I have to redo or fix them, and I have to still work on getting more stuff added to the store. Apparels, you have t-shirts. I have a hoodie, leggings, socks, homeware, a blanket, beach towel, wall tapestry, indoor pillow, accessories, and stickers and drinkwares. I have mugs. I have to fix on the wine tumbler, stainless tumblers and pint glasses. Yeah, I'm still working on the store. Let me see. That's the link to this store if anybody's interested to look at the items more closely. I have a link on pin if anybody wants to join me on the panel. Hey Nicole, how are you doing? How's everybody doing today? No? Haven't seen you around much, Nicole. Hope glad you're doing okay. Have you catch any treats lately, Amanda? Hey Maza, how you doing? Yeah. Hey Beth, I'm just fine. I just showed my link to the store. Oh, that's strange. YouTube took Beth's ranch away from her. So she got her blue suit back. If you hear any thunder, it's because we're having some storm. Haven't heard thunder in a while. but they're still around. So what topic you want to start off with tonight? Cryptids, paranormal, UFOs, camping, fishing, magnet fishing, you name it. It's a free for all night. Yeah, a lot of people were over at Roof and Hound, giving them support. Yeah, Sunday nights is usually quiet. I guess lots of people were interested in the drama than anything else. But a lot of our channels are not made to have drama and all that. Last Sunday, I almost had 30 people in the chat at this time. There are some. Hello, Skinner. The number you could talk about books or things like that. We already talked about a lot about Star Wars in a couple lives already, but and Lord of the Rings. There's lots of paranormal stuff in the books like Wizard of Oz and Alice Adventures in Wonderland and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Books like that. And Dracula based on a legend. You know, the today's goat man was like the Greeks' satire and pan, and some of the monsters described, ocean monsters that's described in Beirut sound similar to hi Nicole, the other Nicole, through the veil, and through the veil and Pikachu are both Nicoles. Welcome, Dylan, through the veil. I'll have to probably say TTVP and Pikachu, the other Nicole, so not confuse both of you. Yep. Okay. Now, your ranch, you're now a mod, Nicole. Yeah. Like I was saying about Beirut, there's some of the monsters in the tales sound similar to the Loch Ness monster, old Nessie, and some of those creatures. We had another. Hey, Uncle Paul. Thank you. Hi, Chris. How are you doing? Oh, banana bread. My mom always loved making banana bread when I was a kid. That and pumpkin bread. Chris, we have two Nicoles in here. Pikachu and TTVP through the veil paranormal is the other Nicole. Yeah, my mom made banana bread when I was a kid. She put nuts in them. I forgot what type of nuts it was, walnut or something like that. And it was pretty good. And now, yeah, she usually put in different nuts at the time, different types. Bulldogs. Hey, Lisette. Um, don't get me started on the Bulldogs. Coming home from school one day with my sister and some our school friends, one of the kids let their dogs out and or a bulldog out in Seychelles and bit my sister on the ankle. Hey, cheesecake, how you doing? Thank you everybody for stopping by, living the house. Hope everybody's having good night, good evening, and a good day. Now, where was I? Was talking about? Yeah, start off with the paranormal stuff. The we have spirits and ghosts and all that from long time ago, like cave paintings and all that. It's usually these tales of paranormal are connected to religion around the world. Greek mythology have a lot of them. Roman mythology, the Nordic myths, the Egypt and India, everything's based on religion one way or another. Oh, that's fine. We're keeping the drama out. No, it's the Takamis Prime. It got starting to worn down the picture. The taco is starting to fade after the last wash. So, yeah, I don't usually talk religion unless it's part of the history of the topic we talk about. Yep, yep, no more drama. And looks like quiet night on that front. Yeah. Which Nicole you talking about, girly girl? There's two in here. Hi, Colette. Yep, I'm keeping real. I'm trying to keep my head down, out of the way, with all the drama all over YouTube right now. Yeah. When yeah, I guess a lot of people are right now, or TTVP. It it got bad lately. I just wish that it all stopped. We come together and work out the differences and put the past behind us and move forward. And it's something that yeah. Excuse me. Yeah. Hey Matt, bro, how you doing? You're welcome to come up, Matt. I was going. Uh, can't find. Uh, Here it is. This is my anthropology book that I took in college. There's a deal on variation of religious beliefs, supernatural forces, which is type of supernatural forces being. Some have no person-like character, a supernatural impersonal force called mana is thought to inhabit some objects but not others. Some people but not others. Objects, persons, or places can be considered taboo. So it's what the okay. Yeah, all those reports. I get it. You need a you really need a day off. Things contained in mana are to be touched, whereas taboo things are not to be touched, for their power can be cause harm. And and it's like certain foods is taboo to be eaten by religious beliefs. Like some animals in ancient Israel time, pigs can is taboo. And the book says that supernatural beings fall within two broad categories: those of non-human origin, such as gods and spirits, and those of human origin, such as gods and ancestral spirits. Like gods are named personalities, they are often anthropomorphic, that is, conceived in the image of a person, although they are sometimes given the shapes of other animals or of celestial bodies, as the sun or the moon. That's like the Egypt were in ancient Greek mythology, where the gods have are the part of the sun and the moon and the earth. Mother Earth is Gaia. I can't pronounce it. Giai. And this anthropology try and put hobgoblins in that as a supernatural being. But I put it, yeah, that's true. It's kind of hard to describe some of the things what what we deem to believe in and all that. All the hellhounds, werewolves, and things like that. Cerberus is all connected to religious beliefs in a way. Demon dogs is another one that we could put that in. A lot of my lights just flickered. Somebody's telling me something. um, with that, like, like we humanize everything to be equal, and hey, Lorelai, um, and most religion, they yeah, and they use religion on these animals and that scare us to put fear. Yeah, a lot of the tales and religious beliefs, even if it's Greek, Roman, Nordic, Egypt, India, or in our Bible have stories to be fair of. Yeah. And fairy tales are like that too, to scare us. The Grimm brothers are a good example, like the Little Red Riding Hood, or or Cinderella, where the birds peck the eyes out of the sisters and all that, or the witches get punished. The Snow White in if remember right, I read the Snow White story in the Brother Grimm's book of tales is that the witch and the Snow White had iron shoes put on her after they came out of the oven. Yeah, and that and that's what we have to think about. Control, be good or die. And I think it's okay to do that. It sets us up to be more good and trying to work with each other. And then fear of the other person is it's good too. Or I mean not it's it's a good example that I'm trying to say, but it's not good because you don't know if the other person is good or not until you meet him. And that is why these stories come about to help shape us either into a better human being or the exact opposite. The, one good example of mind control was during World War II. The German people were controlled to fear of the Jews. Hey Vinny, how you doing? Like like I said, throughout history there's good mind control. And during the yeah, and and we have a good example here in the states with a former leader. I will not say his name because it's going to get into politics, and I don't want to get into politics. and mind control in believing these things is what it amount to be. Let's say, yeah, hey Sneaky, like I said, that these tales do have meaning and learning to them for kids or young adults, because without it, and yeah, Matt, that's true. And sometimes like this on YouTube too. And the thing is with these, hmm, okay, did Nubs came in here? Something wrong. I don't have him blocked. Oops. Oh, wrong person. Okay. Like I said, it it helps to learn these tales and that, because especially young people, if they're going to become hunters and that, you know, which animals to avoid. Hello, Angela. And with that, when you hunt, when the people hunt animals back in the days, they were tell tales, and and usually tales with these animals usually involve animal spirits or things like that. There's like in the Gene Old's book, Planet of the Cave Bears, they have bear gods and all that, and and mammoth gods and things like that. If I remember right, it's 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 more of type to do with each clans. Yeah. And that is something you see in the Robin Hood tale, Matt. You can't go hunting in the forest, or King John, or whoever was in charge. The Sheriff Nottingham will go after you if you do hunt in the forest. And and sometimes throughout the history, the spirit of the animal become animal spirits to the Native Americans. And there's tailed animal spirits. And then you have the tricksters. Okay. Unicorns. Reminds me of the cover movies like The Last Unicorn and the movie with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry called Legends. With the unicorn. So a lot of books we read today have paranormal, the cryptids, the aliens, and camping and fishing and hunting, and adventures and journeys and all that. And some of the yeah, animal spirits are a spirit of an animal that's designed to be okay. Yeah, animal spirits is um there to help guide you and all that. Like they're like a human guardian spirit. But the animal spirit that's there with you is something uh animal spirits are, and you said there's a um Sneaky, you said that you have an animal spirit there. I think that's where guardian um, that animal spirit guarding you is probably the animal that's designed to be with you. Mine is the cat or felines, and any animal spirits could help you on a journey to reach your goal. And a lot of these okay, a dog. Yeah, that's her. That I believe that's her guardian spirit. It's a dog. They said a dog is a man's best friend, and it's a. Hold on a minute. Yeah, yeah. They don't stay with you 24 hours a day. They drop by once in a while, and they're saying that plants and they said plants may have a spirit, have feelings. I never heard of a plant spirit before. I know I've heard a lot about trees or seen a lot of trees in movies and that walk around, like Lord of the Rings and Poltergeist. Yeah, I don't have met all mine yet. I have a Native American medicine man. That's one of the guardian or spirits guide me, and could be sneaky. Um, one of my, like I said, one of my spirit guides is a Native American medicine man, and 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 I guess he wants me to help others. Sometimes trying to help others don't work out too well. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Yeah, now I'm back. Needed to get some drink. Uh, did you saw that something that went across the top of my screen? It's something dark shadow move across. I may have a spirit paying visit to me. Sunday. Hey Matt.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Oh, that's fine. I'm
That's
just
good.
I'm just getting my throat was getting dry and I couldn't talk for a bit. Losing my voice.
It's all good, brother. It's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
the
telling
whole aspect. I-
you.
I'll I'll talk for you for a little bit, brother. Don't
Okay.
worry. I'll enlighten your chat room for you for a minute. So the thing about cryptids, the thing about legends,
Mhm.
the whole entire basis of it was to make people fear power at a young age so
Mhm.
they don't question. Because you have to realize when these legends and these fears came around,
Mhm.
the majority of humans could not read, they could not write, they could
Mhm.
not, they were just basic human beings that did not have education.
Mhm.
So people that could read, that could write, they were able to instill fear. And the best way to do that is called lore keepers. Lore keepers were humans that were kind of like bards, storytellers. They created these imageries, these images of fear, glory, honor, the emotions that you're supposed to have as a human to better take care of yourself. And it was all stories passed around campfires.
Mhm.
Just like one of the most basic legends is the werewolf.
Yeah.
The werewolf is a human being that under the light of the full moon transforms into a mythological
Mhm.
super creature. They grow fur. They become a being of ferocity, of killing,
Mhm.
untamable abilities and feelings.
And sometimes
But oh,
sometimes
go
they
ahead.
religion based them as evil to be
Right,
fair.
because well,
Mhm.
here's the thing. Werewolves came the legend of the werewolf came around at a time in Europe where wolves outnumbered human beings 50 to 1. So it was a fear tactic to make sure people did not go out into the wilderness and be killed, because the wolves would kill somebody, would enter into farmlands, cause mass destruction, kill off plenty of livestock,
Mhm. Oops. Did we lose Matt? Sounds like we lost Matt. Yeah, everybody have their own beliefs. Hey, Brenda.
Sorry, my internet was messing up, but it was a fear of that time period, and
Uh-huh.
King King Richard at that time was literally paying 10 gold pieces a wolf fur to bring back. And if you brought a wolf fur, you would get 10 gold pieces. That was a time period where everybody was literally wiping out wolves to extinction. And the whole entire mindset of if you got bit by one of these creatures, you would come back as a humanoid version of that wolf, a demon. And here's the
Uh-huh.
thing, humans do not have the bone structure to be able to transform into a werewolf. We don't have our our kneecaps cannot reverse. Our shins
Mhm.
cannot turn into a hindquarters of a wolf.
Yeah.
It was a make believe story to instill fear into people. It's the same thing as mermaids.
Uh-huh.
Mermaids are supposed to be the protectors of Celeste
Mm-hmm.
or Circe. It, but the thing is on the water at night, even to this day, sailors will tell you that they hear people crying for help. They will hear screams, wails, even songs playing on the night water with the waves crashing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's called ocean sonic or something like that, where the crashing of the waves are in unison to create a sound effect, because humans humanize everything, and we pick up on different sounds that sounds faintly like a human. So we say, oh, there's a human out there that needs help. In the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a human is, supposedly floating around in the water. That does not happen. But
Yeah.
unless either a ship crashes and maybe they're on a life raft, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but we we as humans try to humanize everything.
Yeah.
That and it goes with all cryptids. It goes with spirit. It goes with anything that we do not understand completely. So we have to have a example to understand,
Yeah. It's like
and we use.
it's like
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
it's like we humanize our pets.
Right, and
Mm-hmm.
and damn well that cat is not a human.
Yeah.
You know that dog is not a human. It does not think like us. It does not act like us. It runs on basic wild necessities. It
Mm-hmm.
runs on survival instincts. But yeah, I know I'm going to hit people saying, oh, there's TikToks of dogs and stuff like that saying I love you and all this. No, they are not saying I love you. It is a sound. Because here's the thing. Cats do not meow in the wild. Even lions, bobcats, stuff like that learn to meow to communicate with humans because we are too stupid to understand them. And if you, they only meow to attract humans to them because we consider that a loving example or a loving uh, a loving tone, should I say.
Yeah.
But but here's the thing. If you die today, those cats and that dog will feast upon your corpse if nobody else is in that house to give them food. There's reports saying that there was a lady in California that had her whole entire stomach cavity eaten out by her 4 cats, and they were living inside of her rib cage. I mean, yeah. I mean, they are animals. They don't care about you. They only care if you give them food, give them water, and take care of them. But other than that, they don't care about you.
Yeah. Brenda said hi to you if you haven't seen the chat.
Oh, no, I haven't. Hey, sis. But,
Yeah.
it goes the same way with all cryptids. Cryptids are creatures.
Yeah.
We need to stop humanizing cryptids
Yeah.
because they could care less about us. They they we're the ones that go out and hunt for them. They don't come to us.
I'm not sure about the stories of the Bigfoot's kidnapping people.
I mean, you have to take everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Like what I said, brother.
You have to debunk it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got it. It goes with religion. It goes with
Yeah.
everything. Everything was created by man.
Yeah.
All stories, everything was written by a human. And what is the major quality that humans have, and the one quality that humans master? The ability to manipulate and lie and exaggerate. So, somebody may see a shadow and they exaggerate it, saying that, oh my God, that's a shadow man in the corner of my room, but it's light refraction.
Yeah.
It Because we humanize everything. We look at it, and the only thing that we have to compare it to is another human being or another human form. So, yeah, that coat that's in the corner of your room and the right light that shines on it looks like a human.
Mhm.
Same thing in the wilderness. People look and see a shadow between 2 trees, And it's the
Yeah.
light refracting between the trees to create a silhouette of shadows. And they believe that it's a cryptid, and it's not. I
Yeah.
mean, but that's human fear. That's humans wishing to have something
Mhm.
appear in front of them that they do not see in ordinary life.
Yeah. I had someone and their son on my panel once before,
Yeah.
and he said the son saw a figure of guy from the Civil War era wearing an uniform and that peeking around in, through the doorway behind me,
Hmm.
and the kid said the name of my great grandfather that served in the Civil War, and
I mean,
nobody told him the name of him. So that how could a 6-year-old know that the name?
there's multiple different things that can
Yeah.
happen with that.
Hmm.
I mean, it depends on how many kids have. Kids are able to see things that we are not. That
Yeah.
has been proven.
Hmm.
That has, I mean, even psychological evaluation, stuff like that, kids are able to
Hmm.
interpret things that they are not able, that we're not able to see because they still have what's called purity to them at a
Hmm.
certain age. Until puberty, that purity is still in children.
Hmm.
Um, being able to see things, be able to recall certain aspects, stuff like that
Hmm.
happens. It's unexplainable, but when you get into adulthood and pre adulthood, your way of seeing things is manipulated. Your your whole entire mindset is changed overnight because we are able to recognize, we are able to tell our own stories at that time. Have you ever sat down and had a conversation with a 6-year old that and say, can you describe this ball to me?
Hmm.
A child has not the ability to concentrate on one thing. They are literally all over the place. They will tell you 5 seconds on describing that ball. Then all of a sudden, their imaginary friend is telling them what else to say. Or they have OCD and they will look at the clouds and start talking about clouds. You
Hmm.
know, it's hard to keep a child on one path. That's why we created all these fairy tales, all
Yeah.
these fears, is to set a child on a path. And they will recall that story that their parents told them, even to this day.
Hmm.
You don't just walk straight out into a road because of what your parents told you when you were younger, that if you just walk into the road, you'll get hit by a car. And those things stick with children and it goes throughout their life.
Yeah. It was like my dad made a joke to my sister
Yeah.
to go play on speed bump on the freeway, and she'd go, "Okay, Daddy." and she started going
Yeah,
out the door to
yeah.
do that.
I mean, because they will listen to you. I
Yeah,
mean, it, it's one of those things, you know. But they also have to learn by. They have to learn by experience. They have to learn by pain.
yeah,
You can tell a child, "Don't touch the stove, or it will burn you." But that curiosity is still in that child's mindset. That child will still try to touch that stove, even though that they can feel the heat. They still want to have that experience. And it's the same thing, that being able to experience something still is in us all, even. And that's why, you know, older older people that have dementia and stuff resort back to being a child. It's kind of like the riddle of the Sphinx. In the morning, I crawl on four legs. In the evening, I walk on two legs. At night, I walk on three legs. You know, what am I? And it's the cycle of humanity. It's, you know, in the morning, I'm a baby. In the evening, I'm a full-grown adult. At
mhm.
night, I am an older human. That's why I have to walk on three legs, which the third leg is a stick.
Yeah. I have Sneaky brought up something open-minded.
Yeah,
I think I'm kind of open-minded too myself.
yeah.
I sometimes have a childlike mentality.
Oh, we all do, brother.
Yeah,
It's not just certain individuals.
yeah,
Everybody, everybody has that childlike wonder, that childlike.
hmm
I wish, like all children wish to see something amazing in their life. All humans wish to see something amazing in their life. That's why you get people that are spirit, and ghost investigators. That's why you get people that are UFOologists.
yeah,
That's why you get cryptid hunters. And then that's why you have people that write fictional stories, because they try to create a mindset in humans
yeah,
and to give them an escape from the normal.
yeah. There's times that I can see things, sense things, and all that,
Yeah,
and and something tells me you have to go there, you have to go there, or that,
yeah,
especially here on YouTube. And when I went to live sat for Pepper Patty, I was told or sensed that I need to go there. So I went in there, and there were these trolls bugging her. So I went to work
yeah. I
because
mean,
I'm getting things telling me with my senses that this person is going to be a troublemaker, and that before they ever said anything at times.
but see, that's also considered what
Mhm.
psychologists consider situational awareness. You know, it's an ability like what I was talking about on my live stream last night. It's There is specific situations that humans encounter, or are in tune with. It's like the lady that had a wreck and she ran over a child.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she got out of the car and was able to lift up the back of her car, and she was only like 110 pounds. And she
Yeah.
was able to lift up the back of a car so the paramedics could get the child out from underneath the car and rescue her. You know,
Yeah.
that's considered a metaphysical, supernatural moment. Every human has it, but it has to be a certain situation to activate it. You know what I mean? It Are we all supernatural? Are we all metaphysical? No, but
No.
it's it's our brain creating a super amount of endorphins into your body
Mm-hmm.
to handle that situation.
Yeah. There's some things that I guess they said if they're open too much or raw protection.
Um,
I
yes and no.
yeah.
There's people that have literally spent their whole entire life trying to open up that third barrier of their mind.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, people that have spent hours upon hours in sensory deprivation tubes
Yeah.
or pools to open up that third mind. And literally, those people have literally gone insane doing this to their mind. Then there's people that
Mm-hmm.
haven't ever tried it in their life and is able to see questionable things or feel questionable presences, stuff like that. But it all goes back to we are still animals. You know, it's that term. I was in a situation where the hairs on the back of my neck stood up. And that is a literal physical like self-defense mechanism because we are still animals. We still have we still have basic instincts that tell us something's not right. And but nobody can harness those powers. There's not a single person in this room that can harness those powers. It has never been proven. And
Hey Derek, you're welcome to come up.
hey, Derek, brother.
Hey Derek.
Hey guys, hey chat. I
Hey,
just
brother.
I
You did a
just got
good live.
I just got in. What, Matt?
I said you did a good live today, brother.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. But like I said, there's a guy called James Randi, Spitfire. He's the amazing Randy. He was a magician and everything through 90% of his life. And this guy made his money being a magician. And he turned around and he wanted people to literally prove the supernatural to him. Be able to, he's done this since 1968, trying to get humans to prove that they have supernatural abilities. And he wasn't going against anybody. He literally wanted to know if there was somebody that had supernatural talent. And he started out in the 60s giving away $10,000 of his own money, which was an equation at that time period with money and everything. $10,000 was on the equal of $100,000 at that time. And he went from 1968 into 2000, I want to say 2018, when he finally passed away, for humans to prove. He has tested over 1,000 individuals that claim to be able to have psychic abilities, be able to talk to the dead, all this stuff. And he was able to prove them wrong by just basic common sense, by people that say that they can talk to spirits, but they cannot communicate with one spirit to bring them forward. And that is called mental manipulation. People that claim to be able to talk to spirits use a roundabout name pool, because 90% of the people in the world have a relative that fall in a specific name pool. I mean, like my name is Matthew. You know how many people have been named Matthew in the last 400 years? Over 1 million. That is a common name. Just like David is a common name. Derek is a common name. When you start going into those name pools and bringing out these names, there is 1 to 5 people in a group of 10 to 20 people that will say, yes, I have a relative that is named Matthew that passed away. And it's easy to manipulate these people and draw them in closer and closer and closer. It's all about manipulating people and playing with their emotions and getting these people to tell. It's
like how many people were in the infirmary named Elizabeth,
right.
and there was only one record of Elizabeth. That
Correct.
and there were no other Elizabeth in that place.
Right.
How lucky
I
can
mean,
you get that?
yes. But that same person but that person can't tell the winning numbers of the lottery. That person can't tell you what's going to happen to you tomorrow. But they can get a specific person or spirit to communicate with you, and then they just fill in the blank with the message that name or that relative is trying to say to the individual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know I pissed off a lot of people saying this, but it's true.
Yeah, I came up with someone told me the name Elizabeth in that place, and I told you the name of the person. It was the 60-year-old woman with mental and other disabilities.
Right.
She was shy at first because nobody else could censor her, but I did.
Yeah.
And I got her brought out. You know how bad those places are. back in the old days. What they
Hmm.
do with the mental people. I guess
Yeah.
I don't think she was mentally, you know what I mean, but she had
Yeah.
a problem with speech and hearing problem like I did, and they think it was mental.
Right.
Yeah,
Are we talking about
Yeah.
people that were thrown away back in the day and forgotten about, and all because people judged and
yeah,
thought they were possessed or something, and all along they just had normal illnesses like what we have today?
Yes.
yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, everybody was thrown into a asylum, or I forgot what they call it up in Canada where you're at, Derek. They had a nicer name for those kind of places.
St. Thomas
Like,
St. Thomas Insane Asylum. It's
well,
in St. Thomas, Ontario.
well, yeah. I mean, those were American ran that said insane asylums and stuff like that. But like the true French Canadians, they called them something like um, laboratories or something. I don't remember, but it was a nicer name than saying asylum or whatever, or mental institute or something.
Oh
But
yeah.
they threw everybody into them.
I'm quite sure it's nice for the poor bastards. I'm quite sure the poor bastards locked in those places weren't saying it's nice.
Hmm.
Like, okay, if I may interject for a minute, look at okay,
Go ahead, brother.
if we're talking about this, look at the Salem witch trials. How many people? How many innocent people? I'm sure were burned at the stake because the Puritans back then thought they were witches.
It's what Matt said
Yeah.
earlier. It's to scare people.
Yeah,
To think, control, and manipulate people.
yeah. I mean,
Also,
Yes.
also it has to do with money.
It's
Where else
it's fear
religion
through a
and
religion.
government.
well, it goes back to what I always tell people: we fear what we don't understand.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I was telling Spitfire.
It's basic psychology 101. We fear what we don't understand. Am I right or am I wrong or am I completely off my rocker? Don't answer the last one. I already know some of that.
why you're the saint of bedrock.
No, but I mean, it's we have come a long way since those days, though.
Yeah,
You know, we don't do lobotomies on people no more. I'm sure there's still places that do electric shock therapy.
yeah. We
Sorry.
we still have people locked up today because of their mental issues.
Hang on, Sacramento Paranormal. I got to get my bifocal, my glasses on here to read that. Look what happened back in the days. If you had a handicap or a birth defect, they would lock you up in the attic
Yeah,
because they felt that you were an embarrassment. Yeah, per, per, yeah, yeah. I can't even talk right
It
now.
was you weren't the norm. You weren't normal, especially with females. If females could not be married away and they had something wrong with them or whatever, like um, what's her name? She was blind and deaf. Um, Helen
Oh,
Keller.
Helen Keller. Yeah,
Yeah, Helen Keller. She never got married. She Nobody would take her. I mean, she was literally a a dark side of the family.
Yeah.
You know, it at those time periods and stuff like that, if they could not marry their daughter off because of some kind of birth defect or whatever, they were useless to the family.
Yeah.
Because at that time period, it was a whole entire different mindset. Females were pretty much auctioned off like cattle to be given to a rich man, so that that man could take care of not only the wife but the wife's family. And it goes back to the whole entire human nature. Well, it goes back to survival of the fittest. Animals. If animals give birth to a lame, child, they will literally kill it and eat it because they can make more. They can make stronger. They can make better next generation. But
Right.
humans, because of how we've treated humans over the past 300 plus years, we have to be politically correct now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And like all three of us up here on panel, if it was 300 years ago, we
Huh.
all would be dead. I mean, because I have type 1 diabetes. I already have bad genes. I'm dead. Derek, you have a problem,
I
right? You
was
have
I was born with a heart murmur and a slight, just a little bit of a learning disability.
yeah. So you would be locked up in an institute.
I can't believe I just said that on panel in front of you guys.
It's it's fine, brother. We're human. I
It's
mean,
embarrassing,
open up about. Well, yeah. I mean, everything's embarrassing, brother. I mean,
and it's not even that much. It's only my math. I have a hard time.
yeah,
I have a hard time visualizing numbers. But if you put a calculator in front of me,
Hey,
or
Maria.
or or some sort of visual aid, I can do math
yeah.
like that. But if you tell me to sit there and visualize math numbers in my head, guess what, you guys in chat? I'll be sitting there until Judgment Day,
Yeah,
and because I can't visualize math numbers. Now I think I have dyslexia when it comes to math. I'm not sure, but I mean I can't
you
sit there.
probably do, brother. I mean, but that's stuff that technically cannot be fixed, you know?
Yeah,
And at that time period, that stuff was not even looked at as a mental problem. Was not looked at as an ability to be fixed.
yeah. Well,
And it's the same thing with me, you know? Insulin insulin wasn't created 300 plus years ago. It was on insulin has only been created in the past 175 years.
but look,
And
yeah.
I would be dead because it's a disease that is incurable at that time. So it was easier to let me die than it was to help me. And it's that way with a lot of things, like our sister Maria. Okay, all the problems and everything that she has had with her health, with the surgeries and everything,
Maria in the
they would
chat.
have killed. Yeah, Maria. They would have killed her instead of putting her back together, piecing her together like literally like Frankenstein's monster.
Well, I was gonna say
I
like
mean,
I was gonna say like the $6 billion woman, but yeah, that
yeah,
We have the technology. We can fix you.
Right.
That's
Now, but 300 years ago, no. And the thing is, the group of people that we hang around with, our community, all this stuff, we all would be locked up in mental institutes. People that can see things, hear things, all that stuff. That is considered in psychology, that is considered a form of schizophrenia in psychology. And you all would be locked up in a padded room and taking pills or having or being lobotomized. I
I
mean, it's the honest to God's truth what would happen 300 plus years ago.
well look at now on the topic.
Yeah.
Look at what happened to now I'm quite sure this happened to him.
Yeah.
Um the Queen's physician
Yep.
who was accused of being Jack the Ripper. He was locked up in a hospital and he was given a lobotomy.
Right. And you know what a lobotomy is, right?
Yeah, they take a jaw and they drill a hole in your brain.
No. The original one was a thin needle-like appendage that went into your left eye cornea and up into your upper mental cavity and pushed completely through to lobotomize you and turn you into a vegetable.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they would hit it. They would hit it. It was about a quarter of an inch width, and they would put it right into the center cavity of your front uh, brain cortex and hit it with a rubber mallet until it went in almost 2 inches into your brain. And you would not see anything, you would not hear anything, you would literally be drooling. And that's what the first lobotomization was.
So so Julian, kind of like what the when I'm on piano and the women in chat look at me and they drool over me.
Yeah, just like that, brother. But, and now you have to look at everybody and their grandmother. Now, no, let him rest. It's okay. But now, 300 years later, everybody and their grandmother is a psychic. Everybody and their grandmother is a medium. Everybody and their grandmother sees everything.
Yeah.
And it's not true. There is more cases of schizophrenic episodes with humans today that goes unchecked from psychology than ever before in the last 500 years.
Yeah, we've come a long way. Hi, Elizabeth. I
mean, it's like, okay, after the Civil War, there was a photographer that was able to take still photographs of an individual, and their loved one would appear behind them as a spirit.
yeah.
This guy even took a picture of Miss Lincoln and had Abe Lincoln's spirit right behind her in the picture.
Hey, girly girl. Yeah, I heard about that.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Yeah. And you know what happened to that guy? He was found out to be a fraud. He was found out to be a fake, and he was hung. Like, that's at that time period, people would kill you if you turned out to be a sham. If you if you learned how to manipulate people so bad that it was literally a form of PTSD to people at that time period, because a lot of people came back from the Civil War. A lot of people had
Super bomb.
bad, you know, experiences,
Yeah.
and somebody claiming that they could bring up your dead loved one in a picture. It's kind of the same way as somebody faking to be a psychic and
Yeah.
feeding you a bunch of bull crap, and you can't do anything about it now because you allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
But 300 years ago, you could literally shoot somebody. So, like I said,
Hey, Lorelai.
a lot of these people need to check themselves before they wreck themselves, before spouting out that they can communicate with the dead. And because because you're going to run into somebody that is going to tell you that you're full of shit. Sorry, you spit. Sorry, I didn't mean to. But and they're going to. I've ran into a lot of fortune tellers, people playing with tarot cards and everything, and doing my past and everything, and getting nothing right on me. So, I mean, I've had a person tell me my fortune by palm reading me, and said that I was supposed to die when I was 22. And this was 3 years ago, and I'm 38 now. So I was 35 at that time. They told me I was supposed to be dead at 22, and they were like, "How old are you?" And I said, "I'm 35." And they said, "Oh, did I say 22?" Yeah. And I was like, "Give me my $20 back." You know, like, you know, I love all of you. You're all my family.
Hey, crazy girl.
Hey, crazy
But
girl.
just watch what you claim.
You missed my live today, crazy girl.
Hey, crazy.
Haunted Hellcat says, so Matt, you would eat me to survive in which part?
Sis, I will eat anything that I can get my hands on. Don't worry.
You ain't eating me, motherfucker. I swear to God, you're gonna have I'm gonna make you work for your meal.
Trust me, Derek. Trust me. I will put hawthorn root in your tea, brew hawthorn root, and it will paralyze you so you can't leave.
Sounds like a wilderness roofing to me.
Yeah, it pretty much is.
Fuck.
I'll be like, "You thirsty, Derek?"
Be like, yeah, you like your teeth, Matt? Jeez.
Can't do anything when you're paralyzed.
Watch me. The will to survive is greater than the will to give up. That's one thing I do know for sure.
That is true.
And we are animals by nature. We will
Yes,
survive.
we are.
We will survive by any means necessary.
Yep. That's why the world is. That's why there is no such thing as a undead zombie apocalypse. The true zombie apocalypse is human beings, like what you said, doing anything and everything to survive.
Yeah.
It is the will of survival. Zombies is a metaphor on the human's ability and mindset to do whatever is possible to live for themselves, to let them survive. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's raping, killing, whatever. As long as that person can survive, because it's all about you in the end in survival.
No worries, crazy girl. I let it slide this time. You know what, though, Matt?
Yeah.
If the world does come to an end,
Hope
I
you
hate to
didn't.
see. I would hate to see how people would be.
Hope you didn't catch any
Oh,
trees, crazy girl.
imagine the worst war in the world that has ever happened throughout history. Take World War II, for example. Think of all the casualties and everything that happened in World War II and times it by 10. But instead of it being armies, it's brother versus brother,
Well,
cousin versus cousin.
well, I remember when the grid in Niagara Falls went down that time. Think it was in
Yeah.
the think it was in the late '80s, early '90s. It was in the summer. People were losing their
Hmm.
minds.
Yeah.
You, and
And I
It's
remember when Facebook went down just a little while ago, like a few months ago, for 6 hours. And when Facebook was back on, people were like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad Facebook is back. I don't know what I'd ever do without it." And I'm reading these comments and I'm going, "What are you guys
yeah.
going to do when the world comes to an end? When there's no more
They
when there's no more computers, no more technology, and we have to go back to our primitive ways."
yeah. Nobody knows that life because we have jumped too far into technology, and technology rules our life. We have to. It goes back to the whole entire thing that I said about we are sheep. We are a flock, and we have to flock together. I don't care if you want to claim yourself as a shut in or you hate humans or whatever. Well, you know what? You are around humans all the time. You are literally, if you claim to be a shut in and you claim to hate humans, but you're sitting in this chat room right now talking with other people, you are having human interaction right now. So you are contradicting yourself because you are on a social media platform. That means you are flocking with other people. And people need human interaction. No matter no matter how little it is, they need something to keep them humanely sane.
Yeah, believe me, if I could isolate and stay away from people for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
that'd be okay. But then again, it's hard for me to stay away from people.
Yeah, it is. There is not a single place that you can go that you will not have human interaction at least once a day.
Human erection or interaction?
Interaction. Interaction.
Sorry.
It's all good, brother. But yeah, I mean, because even if you move away and you say you move to the Rocky Mountains away from everybody, You still have to go to a grocery store. You still have to get groceries. You still have to pay bills. You still have to pay your land taxes. You still have to have human interaction in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could
You
now
can't.
there you could pay your bills and all that online now and
Yeah.
taxes.
Yeah,
So
yes, you can. But here's the thing. What if the power goes down? What if the website goes down or the website's getting worked on or updated? You have to go there and you have to pay. I
Yeah.
mean, and it's just like, you have to get gasoline for your car. You have to, even, you don't have to go in and pay, but still being at the pump, you are still around humans. You still have to have human interaction.
Yeah.
I am such a balloon of happiness.
You at work, Matt?
Yeah, I'm at work. I'm always at work, Derek.
You're a security guard, hey?
Yes, sir.
Fucking run a cop.
I know, right? Uh, I'm Paul Blart.
Mall cop.
That would be nice to have a segue. I don't get a segue.
Why don't you make a video a day in the life of Matt?
The daily life of Matt.
No, a day in the life of Matt.
Oh, trust me, that will. People would be falling asleep like how I am. That's why I'm always jumping on people's live streams while I'm at work.
I'm sure there's some women on YouTube that we know that would love to see you in the shower in the morning.
Oh, I know, right? Yeah, ask Maria. Oh, jeez.
I remember when we were on Darius Life, you had that one incident.
Yeah, yeah. Where I beat the crap out of that kid. Yeah. Freaking little 18-year-old punk.
So, is there still people in the chat? It's dead.
Is it?
Hello. Anybody out
They're
there?
probably just
They're probably
uh,
asleep.
probably. Let's
Oh,
see here. There's like 4 people that's having a premiere and all this stuff, and so you got to think it's Sunday.
Yeah.
Everybody's finishing their week-long whatever and having premieres and live streams and stuff to end the week.
yeah.
Mhm.
And we all have the same group of people, and it's kind of hard for those same group of people to stay with just one live stream.
Yeah.
That's why I do it at night. That's why I do it at like from midnight to 2 a.m. It's because ain't nobody doing live streams at at that time.
Did you really like the video, Matt?
Yeah, I did, brother. You did good. You need to start doing more live streams, brother.
Well, I wanted to be a paranormal video, but me and my friend ran into that guy, and I said, you know
Yeah.
what? My channel's a history channel too, so why not just stick with history right to today? because the guy was on a roll, man. He was on a roll.
Yeah. And see, that's a good thing, you know. A lot of people don't put history in. A lot of people just want to see action, especially in paranormal stuff. They don't want to see 3 hours. If you're on a paranormal investigation, they don't want to see 3 hours of you just scratching your butt and coughing and nothing happen.
True.
You know, they want to see action, action, action because that's how media and all this stuff and TV shows and everything has, brainwashed people.
Yeah. And that's an old cemetery, Matt. The one my friend and I were in.
Yeah. I liked it. I'm the other type of person. I really don't care if you capture a ghost or whatever on your live stream. I like seeing the places that you go
Yeah,
because
that's why I'd rather do lives instead of filming it and then putting it out there, because at least people know, well, this is live. Nothing's
yeah,
faked. You know what I mean?
yep, yep. All right, guys. My radio's going off. I gotta check in with my security officers and see what's going on with them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. It was great talking with you, brothers. Y'all have a good one. I'll be in the chat, okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
All
Well,
right. Take care, y'all.
the 2 hours is up, so I'm going to probably have to end it.
Oh, okay, brother.
And
All right.
see
Well,
you all next time, next week.
take care, family.
Yeah.
All right, Spit.
Love,
Bye.
peace, and
Love ya. Check out my video, Spitfire.
yeah. Okay, I will.
You
Love,
too,
peace,
crazy girl.
and share the love out to other people. We have too much
Yeah, we do.
issues today,
Yeah.
and remember to say a prayer to Roof and Hound, Mama Roof. It
All right.
needs it.
All right, I will. And be sure everyone to check out my video I did today.
Yeah. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you all later at Like Father, Like Son.
You too, Spitfire.
Okay. Take care. Love.